Hey, welcome everybody. It's time for the regular Saturday broadcast. Hi, this is Jay Elwood again, and I want to share with you techniques to provide real wealth, real income, and do it through real knowledge about money. Today we're going to talk about money management again. Last week we talked about the um, first two of Dave Ramsey's baby steps money management plan. And today we're going to go through the rest of the steps. We were cut a little short last week due to the wonders of the land of Google. Hopefully, we'll get through it this week. So, first, let me show you all 7 steps. There are steps 1 through 3, 2 and 3, and there are steps 4, 5, 6, and 7. That way you can freeze it and look at it for yourself. But I'm going to read through. Quick review, step 1 and 2. Step 1 is to put $1,000 in what I call fund. And again, that's in case something comes up along the way while you're doing this process so you don't have to pull out a credit card. Step number 2 is to start with your smallest debt and work to your largest debt, not including your house if you happen to have a mortgage right now, and pay off all your debts. Get rid of those credit cards, those student loans, those whatever other debt you may have, because they're dragging your finances down like an anchor tied to your feet. So now on to step 3. Once you have the $1,000 put away and you have all your debts paid off, you'll be surprised at how much monthly cash flow you have. The first thing you want to do with that monthly cash flow is put 3 to 6 months of it away in a safe place. Again, I call that a contingency fund. You put the 3 to 6 months away, and it's a simple formula to do that. Just add up what it costs you to live in a typical month, your housing, your utilities, your food, your clothing, and either multiply that times. I'm a little bit of a conservative person, so I multiply mine by 6, and I have about 6 months in a safe place. Helps me sleep better at night. It'll probably help you sleep better too. Step number 4, after you have the 3 contingency fund, you'll want to make sure that you have it set up automatically to put 15% in some type of an account for the future. Dave Ramsey recommends 15%. He calls it a retirement fund. I tend to refer to it just as a future fund. And you can do that through 401k at work if you're one of those employed people. There's also IRAs. A really good option is something called a Roth IRA. You can also just put it in a safe place like a bank or a brokerage account. And you'll want to do 15% of your gross, which means before taxes are taken out. So it means if you make $1,000 a month, you'll want to put $150 away each and every month and not touch one that gave me. You no longer have to work for a living. Then you can touch it. Step number 5 is if you have children or plan on going to school yourself in the future, you'll want a way for an education fund. Maybe to send your kids to college, or maybe welding school, or maybe who knows where you may want them to go. They may just need a little starter nest egg to get going in life. If they decide they're not the education sort, just get a good job after high school. But you have some money to get them going. Or again, there's nothing you can invest in that probably is better for you than your own education. I hope that's right now. Then after you have college funding going or education funding, starter fund going, you'll want to, if you're renting, you'll have enough money to buy a home with cash. Because again, you have debt. Same reason for the college funds, you don't want your kids to get in the student loan in the hole. Reason for the buying a house with cash is you don't want to have a mortgage to clean up. It's so nice when you live in a place that's yours and paid for. So you'll wanna, if you're renting, save up to buy a house with cash, or if you already have a mortgage, you'll want to get that mortgage paid off as quickly as possible. A lot of people say, God, I don't know how I'm going to do that when I talk to them. Again, if you have no money coming out like a hole in the bucket to auto loans, student loans, the quickie paycheck loans, the loans for credit cards, when you're not making those payments each month and you're putting those in savings instead, you'll be surprised how fast you can save up for a place to live. After it's like a wondrous burden is lifted off of you. You have no monthly expenses except for your regular, you got to feed yourself. I don't know. I live in the desert, so I like air conditioning. So you have those little expenses that you have to expect each month. But without all these debt payments, all of a sudden your life is yours and your money is yours. You give to other people. So what I suggest you do with all this extra, I suggest that that's the time you start building tremendous wealth you've never imagined before. But I also suggest, and Dave Ramsey also suggests, since I'm going over Dave Ramsey's plan today, that you give and you give and you give some more. There's no more wonderful feeling. Imagine you get the notice in the mail from the charity that touches your heart, and because you don't have to send the money to the credit card company, the student loan company, the car loan company, the mortgage bank, you go, wow, I can just go ahead and write a check today. And it's no problem for me because I got this extra money. And that's when life really gets great. When all you're doing is building more wealth and giving some more to those you love and to the causes that you love. So with that, I want to leave you for this week with the new goal, and that is he who has the gold makes the rules. And we're going to talk about T. Harv Eker's money management plan next week, which is another wonderful plan. So thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next week. Bye.